what's up guys, Eating Dragon here, and I gotta be cover up another perk deck. This time is the Burglar perk deck. Well, this is gonna be the Clover, the Burglar. So let's see what this perk deck can do. Alright, we got Sneaky, which is your chance to dodge increased by 20%. Bag of Tricks, standing still and crouching decrease your chances to being targeted by 10%. You bag corpses 20% faster. Luck of the Irish, your chance to dodge is increased by an additional 5%. Your chance to be targeted while standing still and crouching is decreased by additional 5%. You lockpick, or you pick locks 20% faster. Dutch Courage. Your chance to dodge is increased by additional 5%. Your chance to be targeted while standing still and crouching is increased by additional 5%, and you also answer pagers 10% faster. And Breath of Fresh Air. Standing still and crouching increases your armor recovery rate by 20%, and you gain 10% crouching movement speed. So by looking at this perk deck and reading it, this is definitely the first of its kind of a stealth perk deck, and personally one of my favorite perk decks when running solo. I love everything about it. Honestly, I kind of almost like the whole Clover character packs herself. Well, of course, on the console version, this is a free perk deck, but on PC, this is a paid one. And yep, this is not only the first, not only the first perk deck, first perk deck to be a more stealthable perk deck, but with this character pack is also the first female heister, as well as the first paid character pack. And I can tell you, she is worth every money. Every money worth spent on. Of course, as for the skills, well, this is definitely a stealth build, so I went ahead and with my usual stealth build I had. Basically the same thing I run. Sometimes, since I don't use save charge, I always have Kickstarter Ace, but I kind of move away from that and pick more firepower. I mean, there's something you can never go wrong with it, but I like to play without it. That's just me. Of course, usual every stealth skill, a few movement speed, and as usual stealth skills, more stuff for concealment for a big reason. Yep, I only get a 12 to Tetris. Why not 3 or 4? Well, for this one, like I said in the previous video with the Hoxton, I'll using the weapons that associate with the weapon at the time. So for this one, for Clover's weapon of choice is, well, she calls her, well, I guess her baby, the Queen's Wrath, but I call it the L85A2. And it's true, it actually says on the gun right here, right below where the magazine is. Right at the bottom it says L85A2, 5.56 by 45mm, which is basically the caliber it fires. So, I'm not sure what's with an Irish girl doing with a British rifle, but that only means one thing because I did read a little bit of history of it. Well, let's say Clover was actually, I'm not sure what really happened, but not really clear how the story goes, but Hoxton's kind of found her while she was trying to do pulling some robbing, and Hoxton kind of impressed with her skills, so he takes her in as his pupil, and taught her everything he knows, pulling off heists and all that. And then one time, Clover is making her getaway, stealing a large truck in a lorry with a whole batch of shipment of the LE5A2. However, usually Hoxton would be pissed at someone who actually backstabs him and gets away with it, but he actually smiles and impressed that she had taught everything. And Clover kept this weapon as her treasure to remember her first mentor. Or only one, I have no clue. But anyway, let's go with the attachment choice on this weapon. And you probably notice that's probably, you can see the weapon in a little more detail. We have a 4-leaf clover along with tally marks on the gun on the side, which I presume that represents how many heists or many crimes she has been done ever since she was under train with Hoxton. And we have the Irish flag. So if you think, oh, this is a an Irish version of the L582, it's not. She probably just carved that in or painted it. Anyway, we have the attachments for it. We have the diminutive barrel, the medium suppressor, a concealment boost, a versatile foregrip, compact laser module, delightful grip, the vintage mag, and no sight. Now, of course, I can only reach a 23 concealment, and of course I picked a judge, which I have same thing as always, a triple bug, the silent kill suppressor, a team boost, and a compact laser module. My melee weapon is going to be Clover Shillelagh, which is her weapon of choice. Pretty nice look of the design. Although I do have a much bigger Shillelagh, and honestly, the Shillelagh I have, it basically looks more like a shotgun with no stock. So funny enough, even though that's a stealthable perk deck, she doesn't really reach that much concealment. And of course I have my throwable being shurikens. The equipment's gonna be Doctor Bag with the jammers or turbines, depends on the heist. And that's pretty much it with the build. Now, time to snatch some jewelries. Also, FYI, I forgot to mention this, when you have the character packs, sometimes on certain weapons, or certain with the character, you get certain attachments associated with the character pack. So, for example, with the Clover character pack, you also get an attachment that's universal to most weapons. Being the Expert Mag, which is basically give you 4 stability and 4 increased magazine capacity, and plus you can see the bullets through, which is a nice little detail. And this can be applied to any weapon that uses the same magazine, stained magazines like the M16, the AR-15s, F2000, and the TAR-21 on the PC side. This time I'm doing the death sentence difficulty, for at least for stealth. So, the Burglar perk deck. Basically a stealth perk deck, as like I said briefly, and shit. Restart.
Alright, that's the jewelry store. Get the required amount and be ready for anything.
I'm just hoping I'm ready for that door. Anyway, the Burglar perk deck. The first of its kind to be a stealthable perk deck. Now, it did offer some other skills outside of stealth, such as the armor recovery and dodge.
Been gagging to be bad.
Here we go. And I'm gonna do this.
Don't worry about a control. Just the chili jalapenos I had for lunch.
As applied, as I was saying, So you're able to get less target you and faster on recovery if you just stand or crouch without moving. But normally I would never use a perk deck for this.
I got it.
Hell, I might even challenge myself with using this perk deck on DSOD, which it's not the best. I mean, looks of it, this is definitely more fitted for a two-piece suit.
Civilians are an asset. You kill them, they're gone.
Okay, I don't think you can see it here. And I forgot to switch,
Body bag case deployed.
at least for 2 jammers. Oh well. I can at least put this here.
Good. Make the cops think twice about coming in here.
Nothing's up here except my blood pressure.
And you can see the increased talking speed is a little bit fast. And that's one thing I love about the Burglar perk deck, that it shines compared to the other perk decks that's supposed to be both stealth, such as the Hacker perk deck and the Yakuza. As they don't have their own roles, I think Burglar is still the king, or in this case, the queen of the stealthable perk deck.
Sorry, Control. Thought I saw a masked gunman. It was just a cat. Apologies, Control. Got my radio and my cell phone mixed up. I was trying to text Leroy.
And now, in this scenario right there, for example, where Burglar does it way bit better than Hacker. If you were using Hacker and you killed this guy and his pager, you know, was outlined yellow, you actually had to press your throwable button. Just here, you had to. Now, for example, if I shoot this guy, then I shoot him, and he says pager off to shoot him. For example, as before, I would actually enter the pager, and then I would activate this for the Hacker, wait for this more time. The problem is, your chance would be like that would be slim if you already used 2 of your pocket ACMs, so that's one thing the Hacker does well. It's able to deal with 2 pagers at the same time and simultaneously. Hacker, it's very slim. So anyway, I think we're ready to go. Here we go.
I told you to stop shooting civilians. Get yourself together.
Down! On the ground! Down!
Now that you've taken
And the other people don't notice it.
It's going to take more time.
So
Stay put!
this is definitely my main perk deck I run a lot. Oh, and
Down!
I forgot I have the
Don't
shillelagh.
get up!
Not very much often I run the shillelagh. Alright, let me see how this thing looks. Wait, did they actually... Oh, did he actually hear it? Or did he just...
On the ground!
spot the... Okay, probably to spot these people. Because there's no way they would hear the, display case.
That's the stuff. Keep going.
Oh my god, so...
Got it!
I mean, I bet it has some good knockdown power. But I definitely would never use it for stealth. I love the noise it hits when you it makes contact. It sounds like you're clapping like 2 wooden shoes, and you're just clapping it. Just slowly though. Now let me hear it when it comes to Okay, there's a little bit more deep when hitting a corpse. And then makes a different noise. So, well, not really want to talk about the burglar perk other than it's stealthable and the whole able to bag up corpses faster. I mean, you're already bagging up corpses faster thanks to the AI help. But there is one exception I would think I would take, never take the AI with me for stealth, and that is the counterfeit. Now I know they say they patched that during the 200 update, and since I'm playing on console, the update will never appear, so I can still do the same old method. But for the new way on PC, you had to do a little more different this time. And the reason I don't want the AI anymore for counterfeit is because if you come able to manage to do it fully stealth, the moment you place the C4 on the safe, the AI will mask up and start shooting with their loud weapons and kill the cops. And you're thinking, oh, just get a suppressor for the AI. You know what happened to the 2 cops, they die or get dominated? It started the next scripted spawn, and you have a short window, which you don't want. You want to have it fully stealth as much as you can. And this is where bagging up corpses faster, well, AI is very important. Although, I think Hacker Protect probably sums up as well. It's just really hard to go by, plus you're able to lockpick faster, which helps when you come to lockpicking doors, or going for deposit boxes.
On the ground!
Especially if you don't have a saw. And I say this is probably useful for the other skills, well, other part of the perk deck, the less target and faster on recovery when standing or crouch would probably be Big Oil Day 2. Once the heist goes loud, well then this perk deck, that's when it probably comes in handy, but at the time I probably would run the Hacker perk deck at, for Big Oil and not Burglar because, well, for some reason, well, on PC, the guards don't spot the lab door open, while console it still do, so it still bugs me. But that's why I have the hacker door, so the hacker perk, so it can able to delay for at least 12 seconds if you have 2 jammers intact. So the burglar perk deck is basically best for dealing with many of these sticky situations of dealing multiple pager guards. And probably the best perk to go for the achievement where you on PC where you have to answer 4 pagers under a minute. Luckily, I actually did it without the. I didn't bought any DLCs, and I was lucky enough to get it to go for it on the diamond. I was doing it for the storyline, and I was able to get the achievement. So it was actually pretty damn easy to get. I think that's mostly about it. I'll just take one more and then that's about it. And that's it about the burglar perk deck. Definitely where strong point is more for stealth and not for loud.
Feel free to stick around for more. That's how the pros do it. Awesome work, gentlemen.
So, course is still, I still stand by to this point as still my favorite stealth perk deck. Even though I do use hacker perk deck from time to time, probably I majorly use it a lot on PC. But I definitely need to get back on the burglar perk deck. After all, I find the burglar perk deck is more fitting to those people who are basically master of stealth in every mechanic they offer in the game. And the hacker is good for people who basically gonna have a little bit of a messy run. Of course, I will get to the hacker later on, which is mostly the last part that I'll cover up. So, thank you for watching, everyone. Until next time, we'll cover up the Infiltrator part deck. Until then, farewell, and have a wonderful day, everyone.